you're going through life and you come across a product or service that just doesn't work right, fit right, or meet your needs, don't get mad. You say, there's got to be a better way, and embrace your opportunity to make millions. Joseph Semprevivo did that with ice cream and cookies. How are you, sir?
Great. How you doing, Donny?
I mean, to say your story is about ice cream and cookies is kind of making it, glossing it over, if you will. I want to start, you were a kid, your parents were told you weren't live past 17.
Exactly. I was diagnosed with diabetes at the age of 9, and we went to the emergency room, and they said to my mom and my dad, your son's not going to live till 17 years old. Well, obviously, my parents told me later that that wasn't really true, but they took us to Joslin Clinic in Boston and said, look, the doctors there said, you can live a normal, happy, healthy life just if you take care of yourself, sugar-free diet, things of that sort.
But so what was it like? You were giving yourself how many shots a day?
4 times a day.
4 times a day shooting yourself?
With insulin and giving 15 blood tests a day, poking my finger, doing my blood test to make sure that my sugars were normal.
Your segment has got to be a better way, but we're framing this entire show about fighting through adversity and fighting back. I was lucky I was a healthy kid. Mm-hmm. What does it feel like when you're 11 years old and, you know, obviously you're not normal, for lack of a better word, I don't mean that disrespectfully, you're taking your blood 15 times a day. What does that feel like from the inside looking out?
Well, I actually embraced diabetes. I said, you know, with all the ailments out there in the world, I'm so fortunate to have diabetes. It can be treated. And at 9, when I was diagnosed, I mean, I was a boy, but to me, it was still, I'm not going to die tomorrow. I'll take care of myself. I'll take advantage of life. And I embraced it by going to school, making it fun, becoming the hip, cool kid by doing my blood tests in class. Yeah. And it was an excuse to get out of class to go take my needles because they wouldn't let me do the needles in class. And all the friends, hey, what are you doing, Joseph? I'm doing a blood test. Well, why? Because I'm a diabetic. So often class stopped, and every year I spoke about diabetes from all the way from when I was diagnosed up until I graduated high school, teaching kids about diabetes. So it's kind of fun.
That's a great lesson. Most kids don't intuitively have that when you have something special, something different about you, don't hide it, embrace it, and turn it into a win, into something special.
Negative into a positive.
The irony of all this is your parents have an ice cream shop.
Exactly. They had a restaurant/ice cream shop. And every day after school, like good parents, they said, we don't want you on the street. We want you making ice cream. We want you working. So, of course, I took the ice cream job, making regular ice cream, though. And one day I said, you know, I'm 12 years old now at the time. And I said, I cannot eat this. I'm making this ice cream every day. I know the recipe, but I want to make a sugar-free ice cream.
You said, what are the magic words? There's gotta
be a better way.
Right, okay. We got cue up the tagline, okay. And the better way was?
The better way was making a sugar-free ice cream. Knowing that I knew the recipes of the regular, I substituted some things. And it was really kind of funny because I ran out to the other room. My face was painted with strawberry ice cream. And my mom, you know, we're Italian, very emotional. My mom goes, oh, my God, what are you doing? You're going to kill yourself. Your face is full with ice cream. You can't have it. I said, Mom, I made a sugar-free ice cream. Try this. And
how old were you?
I was 12 years old.
Okay.
When I made the first ice cream.
Your mom.
So she said, oh, my God, this is delicious. My dad tasted it. It was phenomenal until I put it in the freezer. Then it came out like a block of ice. So my dad, being the smart man that he is, modified it. We added more butter fat. Came out creamy and delicious. And then, now it's funny because I'm 12, I can't drive. So my dad drove me store to store because I said, Dad, I want to put this in pints. If I could eat this, other diabetics can eat this. So we put it in pints with a picture of me on the front label. And we went to the grocery managers in the small town of Deming, 15,000 people. I said, would you please take my sugar-free ice cream?
So I want to get more specific than that.
Sure.
You're 12 years old, you're diabetic. Given that first grocery store you walked into, what you said, how you did it, did you introduce yourself as a diabetic? What happened? Take me there. I want the names. I want the place.
You got it. At 12 years old, I went into Farmers IGA in Deming, New Mexico. I walked in and I talked to the manager, Mr. Stevens, Kenny Stevens. I said, sir, I'm Joseph. I'm a diabetic. I can't have any sugar. Your other customers are diabetics as well. I'm not the only one in the town. I really want you to try this ice cream, and I really want you to put this in the store. And he looked at me and he said, how can I turn down a cute little kid? I said, it's not about being a cute little kid. It's about having a product that everybody can eat, not just diabetics. He tried. He said, actually, this is really good ice cream. I said, I'll come in every weekend. I'll demo it. I'm not a typical 12-year-old boy. I make it every day after school. I'll make it every day. I'll deliver it fresh and put it in the stores myself. You don't even have to use an employee. I'll do all the work myself. And my dad was just looking at me like, my gosh, you know, I raised this boy. So we put it in pints, went to Kenny. He said, okay, I'll take 36 pints. We went and put the 36 pints on the shelf. It sold really well. I demoed it every Saturday so people could learn about ice creams, and it was very successful. Well, fast forwarding 3 years, what happened is the freezers would break down, ice cream would melt, then it would refreeze, it gets granulated, you have to throw it away. And after doing that, I'm a little boy, 12 to 15 years old doing this. I had 197 stores that my dad and I was servicing ourselves, didn't have distributors. We said, with the freezers breaking down across the board, we're liable for it. I said, Dad, at 15, why can't you make me a cookie? Make me a sugar-free cookie for myself so I could eat it. I can't take ice cream to school with me. My dad said, my God, it was an aha moment. It was like, oh, my God, this is a great idea. He made me a cookie. It was on a Saturday around 10 a.m., an oatmeal sugar-free cookie. And, Donnie, it was the first cookie I had since I was 9 years old, before I was a diabetic. And I cried. I ate that cookie, and my mom and my dad cried. And I'm standing eating this cookie with them. I said, we got to get a bag. We have to bag this baby, and let's go to the 197 stores and start putting cookies in there and let's start taking the ice cream out. So we opened up 197 stores in the state of New Mexico, converted them from ice cream to cookies.
How old were you now during all this?
I was now 15.
You're making millions now. What's the secret to fighting through? What's your this is the fighting show. This is fighting through the adversity, fighting through the barriers. What's the big fighting tips here?
We went from 150 cookies a day to 16 million a day. We produce about 4 billion cookies a year is what we're making. And the whole thing always comes down for everybody in business. You have to fight for what you believe in. And when there's problems in life, don't look at the negative, look at the positive. How am I going to go around them, through them, or over them? And we always believe that. We've had some really bad things happen in business. Could never get a loan from a bank. When we wanted to expand, they said, you're growing too fast. Can't get any money. We turned to our family, and keep in mind, at 11 years old, my mom and my dad filed bankruptcy. We didn't have a dollar to start our business. And I learned from them the importance of being frugal, using your money wisely. Don't spend it frivolously. So my friends were out, spending here and there and going out having fun. I was putting every penny that we had back into the business like my mom and my dad. So that was, to us, the moment that I said, I have to depend on myself. I have to depend on my mom and my dad. I don't want a handout. If we want to be successful in life, we have to depend on ourselves.
Good stuff, man. That's a fighter for you, Joseph, founder of Joseph's Lite Cookies, man. Man who fought through. He fought through diabetes, fought through bankruptcy. He's a fighter, man. That's why he's got those millions. More big ideas straight ahead. 3 socks for the price of 2. Is this an idea? Whose time has come? Edwin Heaven is here. He's the founder of Throx. Lizanne and Joseph are back, too. We're going to kick this around a little bit and decide we think this idea will make millions. First, big guy. Nice outfit.
Well, thank you. It's all packaging.
Yes, it is. How'd you come up with this idea?
I just got tired of losing socks, so I decided if a car comes with a spare tire, why not socks?
Well, I got to tell you, on paper, this seems like a great one. Lizanne, let's start. Does this have the big look, the packaging, the name? Once again, what do we do about this?
Not yet. I don't think it does have the right look yet. I think you're right on track. The idea is brilliant. But I think that you need to possibly look at the brand outside of the product. Give it a sense of feel. Give it something that stands alone, the brand name. And then have legs and arms outside that create actually the products.
What do you think? Right look, Joseph?
Yes, I do. I think the socks look really nice. I think they're a unique design. And I think a simple explanation, I would brighten up the packaging just a tad bit.
Brighten up the packaging. Let's go. Any big obstacles? Anything standing in their way, Joseph, you think you would change right away or we got to deal with?
Yes. I think the biggest thing that we need to do is really brand this product to the mass. Right now it's a novelty item. I like to take, Edwin, from novelty to mass market. Get into the Walmarts, the Targets, the Dillards, the Macy's.
I agree with the Walmarts and the Targets. Look at seasons like Christmas and Easter and Thanksgiving and Target and in and out. Bring the product in, pull it back out. And then go for white socks, normal socks, knee socks, high socks. I also think a good idea is 3s of clips or earrings, line extensions for other 3s.
Okay, big hype. Do we see big hype in here? Is this thing promotable? How do we advertise it? What do we think about that?
It's definitely promotable. I think going after the celebrity market, media market, like Edwin has done, he has the connections. I would definitely utilize that, capitalize that, go on Access Hollywood, Extra, showing who's using it, because then you start that buzz. It creates legs. I would do like a gloves type of extension, a Glocks or whatever you want to call it.
I love that. How do we promote it?
What about really going after the mothers and having them in front of a washer and dryer and saying, where's the socks? socks. Go after the masses.
I love it. Go after the mothers.
I
like that. Okay. Is there a big market for this? Do you think there is a market out there for this?
Yes. I think there is a big market for it as long as it's packaged right and the price point's right and you identify your demographic.
Joseph, big market?
Absolutely big market. I think if you're going after the children's socks, toddler socks, 65% of all people shopping are women. They're the ones that know that their socks, their child's socks have been lost. The dryer monster has eaten the socks again. And you can eliminate that problem by giving them this solution with Throx.
To me,
Kid Throx.
Well, to me, there's a big market because once again, everybody's got feet. So right off the bat, I think there's a big market there. So I think this is starting to look very, very exciting. Okay, big scale. How do we kind of brand this out? How do we put line extensions on this? How do we take this beyond socks, novelty, as you mentioned, and really scale it?
First, analyze the brand name. Look at the brand name. Have something a little more appealing than Throx. You know, when I first heard about Throx, I thought about a possible mechanical tool, or it was a little masculine. I would, you know, hone in on the demographic of who you're hitting, which is women, because the mothers shop mostly for the socks, for the kids and the family, and then kind of attack it from there. But I like the earrings idea. I like the clips idea. You know, I like different line extensions outside the niche, you know, seasonal items.
Okay, first, now finally, big bucks, how high is up, Joseph? If everything goes right here, and this man starts dressing normal, okay, and everything goes right, how big a business is this? I want a dollar amount on it.
I think 60, 70 million, but I think with that being said, what's really critical, Edwin, we talked in the green room, is brilliant with creativity. But what you need to do for strength, Edwin, is you have to hire a phenomenal team. You have to get a sales team, a PR team, all internal, an accounting team. You be the creative brains, let the people go out there and sell the product. Don't go to large distributors for distribution. I know you were talking about that. You have the passion to keep it in-house.
Give me a dollar amount. How high is up on this? $1 amount. Pick it.
Well, I think if you hit your demographic, probably 10 million in the next 3 years.
We love it. My final advice, all kidding aside, if you're going to go out and sell, get yourself a nice outfit, man. Look at you. You'd scare the hell out of me.
I was told to wear a three-piece suit. I don't have to. I'm wearing three-piece socks.
There you go. Good answer, Edwin. You heard it here first. He's got something now. Go make those millions.